Hi guys, and welcome back to the channel, or if you're new, hello. I'm 360 MZ and I make building videos and cart rides videos. In today's video, I'm making my forever home in Bloxburg, meaning I will not be able to delete this house. Just to avoid working to make money for my next build. For this build, I will go over my limits of building and design this house. And throughout the years, based on my improvements, I will keep upgrading this house to perfection. So please follow me on this journey.
For this build, I didn't know what I was going for at first, but I did a lot of planning and searching for inspiration on how I would come about with making this place into my forever home. But one thing I did know was how I would want it to feel like, and that would be realistic. Yes, I know that for me that would be almost as impossible because I'm not a professional. But at least I can say that I'm not the worst, so here is my attempt at this. For this room I wanted it to feel like a lab. I know that might help crazy for a garage. Of course I won't go crazy to make laboratory potion and scientific stuff, but I am just brushing on that idea just a little. So this right here would be the upper floor of the garage. Whilst down here will be where the cars go. And up here is where I will put the equipment and other stuff will be. Now it's time to make this plan come to life. So to make this garage work, I will have to create a fake floor. Yes, now I realized I didn't have to, but oh well, I'm expensive, what can I say, but it's going to end up looking like so. Then I'm going to paint the walls white and the floor to a dark gray marble. With all honesty, I don't know what I'm really doing. If someone had asked me why I'm doing these videos or why I took on this job as a YouTuber, I would say that I'm doing it for the better of me. It's fun recording my experience of something that you find to be fun. And something about growing a channel with a lot of people and maybe even a community feels just right to me and for me. Can't have you guys seeing this yet, so I'll blur that. But now here we are at this area of the house, and my plans for here is to make the wall on the left side a green grass / forest like piece by adding a lot of different kinds of plants the game has, which I will then add red roses aka wildflowers to play a part of pop of color. I also want this to spread to the floors so it looks like a virus spreading. Yes, I know it's hard to believe that this is what someone wants for their house, but hey, don't judge me. In the middle of it I'll put a table, and that table will have a lamp made out of roses aka a wildflower painted red. I maybe could have used the roses they provide, but at that time I didn't want to get out build mode. And these will be the lights, which also have hanging plants on it, so it would look like a plant light. I don't know, whatever it's called. However, this part is where I'm stuck because I don't know what to put here at all. Might as well leave it for another day. Using structural because we're looking a little broke. Just met another YouTuber who makes videos as well, who is really friendly, so shout out to her and her friend. This structure had me struggling. Honestly, it's pretty cool meeting new people, especially the new bloxburg players. She asked me to help build her a house, but of course I was in the middle of doing this video, so I couldn't just stop off. So I'm so sorry that I couldn't help, but maybe next time, but I don't know. If you guys would like to see how everything looks like, you will have to watch this video all the way to the end, and I'll know if you guys skipped because I'm always watching. Like, always. Okay, today is the next day and I was doing some inspiration search, so here is my idea. On the empty wall, use basic shape to make the walls thicker, and I will put down to seating area. Imagine those are seats, okay? And I'm shading that gray because I want it to be like the chairs are in the wall. Over it I will put hanging vine plants and maybe some flowers if I can. Then I'm thinking that in the middle I will put a fountain with running water. Maybe in the future when I'm a professional builder I will make it more detailed. But since when I forgot to record and show progress, I'm now on to the dining room, and the best piece may be the fish tank, but I want the attention on the table. I was thinking to myself, what can make a dining table more interesting and fun to look at than a boring basic table with the usual seating and table setting? And that would be custom trees on both sides. With all the windows surrounding this room, I think trees would be perfect. In the middle of it will be a small tree decal. So to start this off and to get everything for the trees to move as one, I will need a square basic shape. Size it down and make it big enough to hold stems. I honestly didn't think this through, since if you place things on top of a basic shape, you won't be able to move it down the way you want it to be, but I found a way to get around that. I'll be taking some inspiration from this tree and try to make it into looking somewhat similar, but I wanted the trees to give fairy tale vibes, so I tried to make it as detailed as possible. I don't know why I put those decals there, but I guess it made me keep in mind what I'm aiming for in a tree lol, I guess. But oh my gosh, a couple days ago I started watching this new Netflix show called Supercell, and let me just tell you, it was literally one of the best show I've ever seen in my entire existence. Like, I'm literally waiting for a season 2 of the show because it was just so good. I've never seen a superhero movie that casts all black people, and I'm saying this as a black person myself. If you guys have watched it, then you must know how good it is. Like, for this show to be at #1 beating Bridgerton, like what? That's absolutely insane. And I've been keeping tabs on the progress of the show, and I saw that on an interview I believe the creator of Supercell is already thinking of a season 3. Now don't quote me on that, but I'm telling you, the excitement I got after hearing that got me jumping for what is to come. I would honestly say my favorite character in that TV series would be Taser. I love how his character and how he was the first and only one who discovered his powers before everyone else. Some people don't like his character, but honestly given, I believe his character is only like that because he thought his mother abandoned him, while closer to the end of the show he found out she was taken for her power and she couldn't leave. I won't say more because I don't want to be copyrighted or have my video taken down. But I believe that all that pain of not having his mother around made him like that, but he absolutely played his role beautifully. But let me not just give credit to him alone. I have massive respect to all characters and the GOAT himself, the creator of this movie, for putting the movie in a real-world perspective and not a fake one. Every single one of the heroes have very interesting backstories, and you honestly never see that on a regular basis. Like, yes, I know many people would say you would see that in Marvels, but be honest, love. All those heroes in Marvel either have someone who is their father, mother, or someone close to them who died and made them that way. Every single one of them have the same plot. Whilst in Supercell you see relationship issues, poverty, and so on, and it speaks truth. You don't really see that in shows like that. But I know a lot of people got to argue, but that's my honest opinion based on my point of view. I did a massive jump cut because all I was doing was making the stems with basic shapes, resizing it and transforming it into place, but now I'm putting leaves on it, then moving it into the house. It doesn't really look much like a tree, but I still think I did good. I did end up making it taller in the end, but it honestly came out looking great. I was honestly putting these leaves everywhere just to make it look full, so when you rotate around the tree you don't see a bald spot. Like I said before, now is when I figured out that I can't transform everything down, so I had to make a basement, use a big block of a basic shape and transform it up so that the floor of the tree is below the floors of the house. At first I was going to make the floor be dirt, but in the end it wouldn't make sense. So well, bye-bye to the $30 I just spent there. I seriously have 0 cents of money when it comes to this game. Here we are onto the kitchen. It's a basic layout, but I'll be using basic shapes for many things in this kitchen because I want it to be perfect. That right there will be our fridge. The stove top will be right next to it. Then over here will be my microwave and wine glass display. This will be our island over here, which will have the sink. I was going to make the island run all the way over next to the fridge, but I will have to think about it and see how it goes. But for now, this is what I'm feeling. Oh my, you've made it this far into the video. Thank you for watching so far. I have a challenge for you and the price will be Robux. Here is how to get it. Like this video. Click that subscribe button if you are new. Then join my Roblox group, which you can find down below. Then say your very first hello in the group wall. Be the first or you will lose your chance to win. So with the basic shapes, I'll be making custom cabinets. Reasons being is that I wanted to have some form of dimension to the build. I wanted there to be two types of cabinets. One would be big and have nothing inside of it, and the other would be small and have plates, cups, and so on. Of course, it is already another day and I only have 2 more days until I have to upload this, so I'm only going to do this floor. Then I'll move on to the basement, 2nd floor, and 3rd floor. Generally speaking, I did take some breaks and that led me to only having 2 days left, but I'll try to get another video out more early. The next video will fortunately have to be a create a car tried video because I want to keep a pattern on my channel. Since when I'm doing only 2 types of games, so I want to go like on this day will be a building video and on the other will be a car tried video. Now that I got the cabinet finished, I will now make the doors that will be going on to them. For the doors, I took inspiration from the fridge and created a small golden handle and outlined 2 doors with a structural beam and painted it gold. Which is what I'm doing now. Now I'm going to copy this same door and move the handle to the other side, then I'll make a smaller version of this cabinet and add the items inside of it. So for the living space in front here, I'm thinking of doing stairs going down into the living space. This will be just a small one, but I'm planning to put plants around this area. But anyways, I'm just going to do this living room and finish off the rest off camera because there is another living room, so there won't be any point in showing that. But of course this living room will only have seats and not a TV because I want this to be a comfort room because the kitchen is right behind it. At first I was planning a yoga room, but that wouldn't make sense, so I'm sticking to this. I'm putting an island theme table here. Maybe like a floating island, with water coming down and so on. Then 2 chairs over on this side if possible. Now for this we go down into the basement and we use stairs all around, all in because I didn't want to use basic shapes and make this build more expensive than it is. It did take some time to get these stairs to fit perfect, but by placing walls around I was able to get it done perfectly like so. I then removed the floor I placed in front of that door and it was looking perfectly centered. Using a basic shape, I was able to make the floors, and lucky you can resize the shapes 3 blocks because it was just the height I needed it to be.
I realized that at the end of this part of this build, that everything in this house is a different theme kind of, and I like it because my aesthetic changes almost every day, and this is evidence of it. And honestly, it makes it hard to create videos when one day you want to make a house floating in the sky, and the next day you feel like making a cozy house. Maybe that just means I'm a person who can't decide on one thing and stick with it, or maybe my brain is so big that it passes ideas out to create space for more thoughts. Well, I don't know lol, but it's whatever. At least I'm able to post these videos on time.
On time? Girl, what you mean on time? Your last upload was 4 weeks ago. Plus you lost a sub.
Okay, maybe not on time since when I'm 4 weeks late. I should have uploaded 2 weeks ago, but honestly I just couldn't make it. And I apologize for that. I will post 2 videos for this, so after this one is uploaded I will make and post the next video after. But anyways, back to the video, and I'll just skip through all this and tell you my go-to plan here. My plan is to make the chairs leather and add a lot of greenery to give it a summer feel, because the kitchen is dark, so I'll need colors to cancel out the gloominess of the room since it's an open kitchen concept. All I know is if it was raining at the time, it would look super sick and nice. This is me trying to figure out how to make a floating island table.